popularity poll conducted by the Hot-for-Profit Slushy Fund, it's been revealed that less than 1% of the population like Joe Hockey. Nobody likes Toby Abbott, and everybody likes Johnny Depp. In reaction to the straw poll, Joe Hockey scowled, meaning his facial expression did not discernibly change, and Tony Abbott smiled, narrowed his eyes, winked and licked his lips, exposing his character just long enough to put everybody watching off their food. Later that day, Joe Hockey was photographed smoking yet another cigar in what appears to be an obsessive-compulsive self-congratulatory disorder brought about by narcissistic tendencies. Political pundits have speculated that it's important for his self-esteem that he congratulate himself on his stalled budget, because the less than 1% who claim to actually like him are a small cabal of ruthless, money-hungry warmongers who, in a master-servant type relationship, ordered Joe Hockey to wreck everybody's lives in the first place, which he did willingly, and whose only redeeming feature is that one day in the future they will cark it. The Bathroom Report recognises this as a discompassionate thing to say, but could not give a flying fiscal fiasco. In local news, an inquiry has been called for into why corruption inquiries never result in a conviction. Shortly afterwards, another inquiry was called for into the inquiry into completely useless corruption inquiries, but by that time, everyone had been paid off. The state government has announced the total sell-off of all electrical appliances, including the power poles and the thin wires which carry electricity into each and every house. Pardon? Except for those who've been cut off. Social commentators have expressed concern that since the only way to make a profit from inanimate poles and wires is to increase electricity prices again, the people may feel compelled, especially during winter, to chop down a power pole to use as firewood. Political activists have suggested that the power poles, while still publicly owned, could also be used for the manufacture of small items of furniture, such as the electric chair, which could be sent by disgruntled voters to furnish the offices of state parliament. Internationally, a world leader who is frightened of being shot by somebody whose country he's screwing recently announced an unannounced visit to an undisclosed military base in an unnamed occupied country, reportedly in the vicinity of somewhere. Shh. In a paradoxical speech, the leader foretold of a complete troop withdrawal from that country, leaving only a small skeleton staff of 10,000 soldiers, a couple of military bases, and a medium-sized cabal of ruthless, money-hungry, warmongering, privately contracted mercenaries. And finally, to the weather, the Bureau of Meteorology has warned that if the belligerent meddling of the world's most powerful nation into the affairs of other countries should spark a third world war with a nuclear exchange, for the first time in recorded history, there may be no weather to predict. And that concludes today's Bathroom Report, written and spoken by Jenny Campbell from Jenny Campbell's Bankstown.